Hi, I'm Susan Peterson, and you are listening to Started from the Bottom, an entrepreneur-focused podcast on getting started. Here you will find all the mindset tools and resources you need to just get started.
Nervous, and I like coming last week I was nervous, and then I got in here and I was like, that was like no big deal.
It's easy, right?
I mean, it's not easy, but it's like it's talking to you, I can do that. But like I was like psyching myself out, kind of going into it like who wants to listen to what I have to say, the whole just like who cares about me sort of thing,
But everyone wants to listen to you.
Not true, but
I sure do. Okay, Kim, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Monday.
Sorry, happy Monday.
We're calling this episode the cherry pick, which I think is cute.
Yeah.
We're just picking through our lives of our week, our lives during the week. Our things. Okay, so this week on the podcast, we're so excited. On Wednesday, we have Lindsay White. She's a breastfeeding advocate with breastfeeding, and she has a company that sells merch, product, all the cool stuff, and really has had like a really cool entrepreneurial journey, I think. Kim, you listen to it. What's your take?
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I think I didn't know anything about her company or her background, but there seemed to be moments where she could have quit. Mm-hmm. Several moments where she could have just been like, I'm over this. Life's too hard. Mm-hmm. It's enough. And she didn't. And she has found this thing that like she's passionate about, her community's passionate about. I mean, any mom who's breastfed or not knows what a controversial subject that is,
right?
To do it in public.
Feeding your baby,
whether you do it with a bottle or your breast or, whatever. And it's like, we've all felt, at least I have definitely felt that moment where it's like, you feel alone, whether you're closed in the bathroom or you're at church naked, basically.
But, spoiler alert for me, you're going to have to listen.
But like, we've all felt that where you feel isolated. You definitely feel isolated. And I think anything that can bring people together around that and form a community around that is amazing. And
yeah, she's an incredible entrepreneur. And then my birthday is on Saturday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're a Thanksgiving birthday lady, but not this year.
Not this year. And can I just tell everyone who has a birthday during Thanksgiving feels the same way. You just are not. No, I have actually so many friends that have birthdays this week. No one's pumped or hyped about their birthday.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably never like properly celebrated, right?
Yeah, I think I've talked to people who have 4th of July or New Year's Eve birthdays, and they actually like it.
Yeah, because it's a party.
It's a party. Yeah. You have to party that night. And Christmas and Thanksgiving babies, I think, feel the same way because you're like, well, everyone's spending time with their family.
Yeah, it's not a good time for a 8-year-old's birthday party.
Absolutely not. And then your birthday gets rolled into your Christmas present, and there's like a whole thing.
Yeah, my sister's 2 weeks after Christmas, and I feel like it was always a thing where it was like, oh, we forgot to give you that for Christmas. Well, here you go for your birthday.
Right.
Which is like just as annoying, I think.
Right. And as a child, it's so annoying. As an adult, a parent, I'm like, oh gosh, why'd you get born during that time?
Who cares? Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. But so I've celebrated my birthday every year with my friend Nan Hunter, who is exactly 40 years older than me. She's 84 this year. I'm 44. Yeah. And so I had her come on the podcast. So that's launching on Friday. And we talk about 3 things that she's learned in her 84 years, which I thought were fun and interesting and cool.
Yeah. And she's so fun. Did I ever tell you about when I met her?
No.
Okay. So I knew you were friends with her. You talk about her all the time. And so she's just like this otherworldly being to me. And a few years ago, she and I got our hair done by the same person when I was really blonde.
Yeah.
Anyway, somehow I knew she was coming in, and this like woman waltzes in, and she's got like this short pixie cut.
Red.
Yes, red, fiery red.
Was she wearing red cowboy boots?
I don't remember.
She wears her red cowboy boots everywhere.
But I literally like celebrity sort of like went up to her and I was like, "You are Nan, like the Nan?" And she's like, "Yeah." Like, who are you? I'm like, "Oh, I'm friends with Susan," or whatever. But it felt like as if I had like ran into, I don't know, who would I run into and be excited about?
For you? You just aren't impressed by a lot of people, so
I
don't know.
That's not true. But anyway, it felt like a big deal. But it was her episode. I thought was really, really good. There were a few moments where I was like, "This is so touching." She's done some good work, and
yeah, it's definitely more religious and spiritual than all the other episodes are going to be. But I think at 84, you've earned that right to just talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, and it's such a big part of her life, her and her husband,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think there were some good things there. There was one thing that I really loved that she said, hard is not bad. It's just hard. I think is what she said, something like that. And I remember, and that was like, oh my gosh. Like sometimes you just got to like push through the weeds,
Yeah. She's been a well of like just awesome insight and point of view and knowledge and wisdom for me for so long. And I loved getting her on here. Also, she was just so funny when she came in. She was like, what, Abby, like 20 minutes late?
Yeah.
Just like
I
came
can see
in.
that, like waltzes in.
Yeah.
Like she's on her own timetable.
Yeah, like a hurricane, and just like she's fun. Her and I every year we'll go to like a spa and like get back massages or do a spa treatment. And this year we decided to go to an elementary school and just pay off a bunch of kids' lunches for our birthday.
I love that.
And that was really fun. So if you have a November, December birthday, I would say that's like really cool to do.
Yeah, I think the idea of doing something for other people on your birthday, if you have that opportunity, like, I don't know, it feels like the older I get, the less I'm like, what do I want? Like there's nothing. Yeah. But I would love to like make someone else day. Like that makes mine.
Yeah. What I want for my birthday is I want Chris to get another haircut. I want the house clean. I want to stay in bed. I want gifts.
I'm good.
I want get acts of service. There's nothing I need.
Like maybe just even like a full day of TV would be nice on my birthday.
Yeah. Just your choice. No one bugging you.
Door closed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's incredible. So I'm excited for both of those coming up. And then we also have Thanksgiving this week. What are your plans? What do you guys do?
So we kind of just do different stuff each year. I mean, I grew up going to my grandma's. She lives in Springville, and that was like the highlight of, I love Thanksgiving. I loved being over there. I have about 800 cousins, and we just spent the weekend together, and it was like so fun. But we're all old now. She's old. She can't put on Thanksgiving for everyone anymore. So this year we're going to my mom's house, and we'll just eat and hang out, and that's about it. But what about you? You got anything?
We actually haven't made plans yet.
Yeah. I sort of feel like and I hope my mom's not listening because then she'll know my tricks, but I sort of like wait hoping that something else will come along. And then, well, I'm just like a serial non-committer anyway.
100% you are.
So like I'll just be like, yeah, that sounds good, or we'll see. And then eventually.
But you're not flaky.
No, I'm not flaky.
No.
I won't commit. If I commit to something, I'll be there.
Yeah.
But I just won't commit to it until the 11th hour.
Yeah. Like if we're going to the gym in the morning, I'm going to text you the night before, not 2 days before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you I'm going and I'll be there.
Yeah.
Or I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. Or we'll sleep in.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I was getting Costco on Saturday, and I'm like, Christian, it is a Saturday before Thanksgiving. What are you making? We decided we're not doing turkey this year.
Always a good plan.
Yeah. We're just going to do chicken.
I feel like I'm maybe the only one that really cares about turkey in my life.
It's just hard to get right.
Yeah.
Are you good at a juicy turkey?
No.
Yeah, mine, Ours is always dry, and Chris makes have you come over for his chicken thighs?
I don't know.
And they're good and moist and perfect every time. So we're just gonna do those.
Do a good chicken thigh.
Good chicken thigh. Well, also, what sales are you hoping to shop this week?
I've started shopping a little bit already.
I mean, how do you guys do Christmas for your kids?
I wish we had. I wish we had a plan. I wish we had some sort of agenda, because what it ends up being is just a mad dash to just buy everything in sight. I don't know. Like this year, my plan is a little different, and I'm hoping to stick with it. My girls are 10 and 7, and then I've got a 3-year-old boy. But my girls really want. My 7-year-old loves shopping. Last year she asked for a shopping spree for Christmas.
She's no dummy.
Yeah, no. So so I gave her a gift card, and we went, and of course spent twice that, and she, just how it goes. And so she's asking for the same thing, but then my oldest really wants to go to New York with Davis.
Oh, fun.
And so I'm kind of thinking,
your girls are so smart.
They're so smart. It's so annoying. So I'm kind of thinking we all go, other than Marcus, leave him home.
Fun.
Go to New York for a shopping spree, like somewhere. I mean, I don't want to go in the winter.
This is really, like when I grew up in like a farming community in Washington. So all my friends in high school were Hispanic, Mexican. Yeah. And in our sophomore year, their dads would be like, are you going to get a quince or are you going to get a car? And the smart ones would pick quince. Yeah. Because they'd still get a car.
They're going to get one anyway.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like this is your girls. Like, we want a trip to New York knowing they're still going to get presents under the tree on Christmas.
There will still be stuff. And Jane, I was driving home from the Polar Express with Jane last night, and she's like, so should I just send Dad the blazers that I want? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, send him every pair of shoes you've ever looked at, and I guarantee they'll be there. Because my husband loves to buy shoes for people. It's his thing.
Same. Davis and I have that in common. Yes.
Exactly. So I'm like, even though I have this other plan, it's all going to end up, I mean, they're going to get double. Yeah. It's going to be like.
They're genius.
They are genius.
Yeah, genius. This year we're doing just like one gift, honestly, per kid, and then stockings and pajamas on Christmas Eve. Because my kids, they have literally everything.
That's the problem.
Everything. They had to get iPads for school. So I'm like, they both have phones.
So they have all that.
Yeah. And I tell you what it is, but I think they're probably listening.
Yeah, don't tell me. We can talk about it later.
And then they'd know, but they're going to be good ones. I'm hoping Skims has a sale.
Skims is where it's at. Do you have Skims. The pajamas?
Yes. Have we not talked about the pajamas? Abby actually came over to my house and caught me in my pajamas this week at almost noon.
Oh, I wear the pajamas 24/7.
You guys, the pajamas, I actually bought the pajamas at the Nordstrom anniversary sale.
Yeah. And
then immediately bought 5 more pairs.
Okay. Do you have the shorties or the longs?
The longs.
Okay. Get a pair of shorties.
Really?
Yeah. Because I have both, and I loved the long ones until I got the shorts. And although I like sleeping in a short. Do you like sleeping in a short?
No, I actually have never liked sleeping in pajamas until I started sleeping in the Skims pajamas.
Yeah.
But I also have my house really, really cold at night.
So I get hot. And so that's why I like the shorts.
Yeah, I get hot, but I like to be warm in my bed and cold outside.
Yeah.
So my house is at 65 at night.
Well, I would say try them because I feel like it's worth it. But
if they go on sale, I'm going to try them.
Also, do you have Skims bras? Because I haven't tried them, but everyone raves about them.
No, my breasts are too big.
No, I don't have that problem, but I wish.
I also like an underwire, and I know a lot of people don't like an underwire. I think is it like an old lady thing? Maybe
I don't mind an underwire as long as it's not stabbing me.
No, it definitely doesn't stab, but I like a little more structure.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Skims Freshly Picked is having a sale. Shout out.
Okay, tell me more.
Cyber Week. I'm not sure. I actually haven't seen what we're putting on sale, but I'm sure it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diaper bags are on sale. Shoes. Yeah.
What do you got coming out for the holidays?
I think everything's launched. We had a really pretty green emerald color come out in diaper bags, and it's already out. Yeah. No one asks me anymore. Actually, I was talking to my friends Tristan and Jess, and they were like, Don't you just want to be like Susan, where you can be home in your pajamas at 12 p.m. in the middle of the week? But I've worked very hard to get here. I have a great team.
That is true.
Speaking of, Ikaika Jewelry's having a sell. Mixer's having a sell. I'm trying to think who else I want to have a sell.
I don't know. I would assume Davis is having a sell, but I have no idea.
Actual Source. Kim's husband, Davis, and Jordan have an amazing design studio down. Well, it's online. You can find it. Actual Source.
Actual Source.
People always ask me where I get my shirts. I'm like, Actual Source every time.
I never know anything about their business, so I would just assume they're having a sale, but don't quote me on that. If
you know the owners, so it's not too late. Davis, so Actual Source is having a sell. Yeah.
He is now.
We'll link to all of these in my Instagram. Okay, so what okay, when Kim and I first started going to the gym, I feel like Cereal was like a huge podcast.
Oh yeah, it was huge.
This is late news, but I feel like people don't know about it. But Adnan's out of jail.
Adnan is out, and I know they did like an update. Cereal did an update. I haven't listened to it, but I think about Adnan frequently.
Like once a month.
At least.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is...
They got him out on a technicality.
Yeah. What was the technicality?
I don't remember. Let me look. Oh, it was because the state no longer has confidence in the integrity of the conviction.
Which makes a lot of sense if you listen to Cereal, right?
If you listen to Cereal. The part that made me feel bad was they asked his was it Min Lee? Is that her name?
Yeah, that's the girl.
Yeah,
right?
They asked her family, and they were like, this is not a podcast for me. This is real life, a never-ending nightmare of 20 plus years. He felt betrayed and blindsided by the motion to vacate and frustrated with the many turns in the case over the last 2 decades. Whenever I think it's over and it's ended, it always comes back. It's killing me and it's killing my mother. That's what her brother said.
Yeah. I can see how that would be true.
Yeah.
Whether he did it or not, continuing to talk about it, continuing to make it a thing.
Right. And every
within
time
their like
up,
small Maryland town, right? Isn't that where it was? Somewhere in Maryland?
Well, it's Baltimore City.
Okay.
But I feel like every time it comes up, their family gets reached out to.
Totally.
And they have to relive it.
They have to rehash it.
Well, we've both been to court for families. Well, you for family stuff, me for not that you're that sounded bad. Me for others. We both have experience in court.
Yes.
And court is truly a nightmare in and of itself. Like it is, I think you think that justice is being served, but it's not. In fact, you just walk away feeling like crap.
Yeah, usually worse. Like
right.
Like you go in thinking that like I don't and is that because of I don't know, SVU or like whatever law show I've ever watched is like you think that some amazing work is happening, which it probably is. It's just also not.
Just like while one person's life is like, yeah, you're not wrong, another person's life is being literally just like, not thrown away, but challenging. It's like challenging.
Well, and it's like, so it just feels like no one's going to be completely happy, right? Like, it's always going to be disappointing to at least one party, if not both. And even if the outcome is technically good, it's still terrible. Yeah. I
remember on my court date, the sheriff who was in charge of the case came and sat by me and he's like, listen, there's no winners in court. Yeah. Like, even if you win, you're going to feel like crap after.
Even if you win, you're losing.
Yeah. And I'm so glad he told me because I was shocked at how crappy I felt.
Well, because you think that you're going to come out and feel vindicated if you win, right?
Absolutely not. Yeah.
And you don't.
No, I felt worse. And then a whole new set of anxieties cropped up and it was just terrible. Yeah. But for Adnan, I am happy because I actually don't think he did it.
I don't think so either. And I do feel like Cereal did a good job though at going, like there was so much, at least while I was listening to it, I was going back and forth, constantly being like, he did, he didn't. And I think at the end, after listening to everything, to me, it seems like he really didn't.
Yeah.
Were there some weird things? Sure. But like, for the most part, to me, it seems like it would be pretty far-fetched for it to be him.
Yeah.
However, a family still lost their daughter. And
exactly. But now he's 40 and he's been in jail since he's 17.
I know.
It's wild. It's like Hattie going to jail right now. Hattie, don't go to jail.
But think about it. So then 23 years or something later, which is like your whole development and not adolescence, but I guess post-adolescence, coming into yourself,
right?
Finding a career, finding a family.
Not only that, so he went to jail. So he's like the same age as me, right? 43, yeah. And so when he went into jail, there was no cell phones.
Oh my gosh.
The internet was brand new. Like I think I got a Gmail, I think I got an email account in like 1999.
Wow, you were fast.
I know. Well, there were boys I wanted to keep track of. And then
that's a whole different world.
TVs were cable television was like MTV was like the vibe. Yeah, like so not only being in jail for 20 years, but like
streaming services weren't even really a thing. Was that that's maybe even like pre-Napster or right at the beginning of like Napster?
Yeah.
Which makes me very old that I'm talking about Napster.
Yes. MySpace wasn't even a thing until like early 2000s.
Yeah.
So like there was no social anything. And then to get out and to be not only your whole world is different, but to be like a celebrity in a like a way.
Yeah. Or at least a public figure in some ways.
Yeah. But that's what got him out.
Yeah. I mean, he'd still be in prison, probably.
Yeah. Wild. I can't even imagine. So that we never talked about at gym time. So I felt like we needed to kind of close the loop on this.
Did we talk about it? We talked about it years ago.
We talked about it a ton when we were working out, but then you and I have not talked about him getting out of prison. Yeah, that's true. I thought it was interesting. Okay, what books are you reading?
Okay, I did read one this week, and it's all over Book Talk, but I personally wasn't a fan.
Okay.
So, it's by Tessa Bailey. It's called Fix Her Up.
So you would skip it.
People loved it. I just couldn't get through it. I'm sure a lot of people loved it. I just kept feeling like I had to force myself to sit down and read.
Okay. What were your complaints with it?
Bad nicknames.
Okay, I hate nicknames in book.
Yeah.
Because I think that nicknames are like an expression of a shared long-term friendship.
Yeah, they take a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you have lots of inside jokes and embarrassing moments together.
Yeah, and at one of those embarrassing moments, something clicks and you get this nickname.
Like, I would call you MRSA.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about MRSA.
That was an exciting summer.
Yeah, that was a great summer. I got MRSA from the Provo Rec Center. If you're not sure what MRSA is, it's a very contagious, aggressive infection.
Skin infection. Because people...
And all of a sudden, my thumb was like 3 sizes bigger than it normally is.
And in fact, when you went into the doctor, they gave you a shot right away and were like, come back tomorrow.
Or like, if this doesn't get better, you're going to the hospital.
Yeah.
And my husband was in Germany, I think, at the time.
Yes.
Yeah. So, of course, I was putting it off, hoping he'd get home.
Yeah. So bad nicknames.
Bad nicknames. He kept calling her baby girl. I just couldn't get past it. It felt like nails on a chalkboard for me. But and then
I also hate Sunshine. I hate Princess.
Yeah,
I hate all
Princess is the worst.
Oh my gosh, the worst. If any guy ever calls me Princess, he's getting knocked the F out.
Yeah. I'm just not a princess. And you should know that. If you're dating me and if we're ever dating and you call me Princess, I'll be like, you really don't know me.
By some reason, Kim becomes single. And she starts dating again, and a guy calls her Princess. Done for.
Also, the female lead in it, her job was a clown. As in like a entertainment at a child's birthday party.
Like clown. White paint.
Yeah, adults couldn't take her seriously. That was like her big gripe. And I'm like,
because she was a literal clown.
Well, you're a clown. But she had aspirations for an entire like entertainment business empire.
Okay, I have a big gripe in fiction writing.
Go for it.
And it is when people touch on business aspiration I'm fine with, whatever.
Yeah.
But like any sort of business practices, or finances or fashion.
Well, I mean, it just doesn't add up, right? She's a clown for a birthday party who somehow bought a house.
Yeah. Not happening.
And who doesn't have another job. Like, this is her entire job, and she's supporting herself, bought a house, and is apparently like a successful human. Like, it just made me think of like I've always thought Sex in the City too. Like, Carrie Bradshaw, you write a column and somehow have like
a brownstone.
Like, this isn't real.
It's not real.
And like, for the most part, I can ignore. I mean, we talked about it last week. Like, don't mess up my story with your facts or whatever. Like, I can like live with it to a point, but like for some reason the clown was like it was just past the line.
It was too much. The fashion thing too, it's always like she was wearing capris and I'm like, literally no one.
Or like, what's the deal with purple shirts? Like,
purple shirts.
Like, no one's wearing purple, but all of a sudden in books purple is everywhere.
Yeah, and capris.
Yeah.
My mom wears capris. I'm not the heroine called Baby Girl.
Yes, not this beautiful 25-year-old who's supposedly
a clown.
Yeah, also a clown.
Yeah. Anyway, and her business aspirations, not interested. Just give me the story. Unless it's really relevant to like you're finding your man at work or there's something.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
I mean, maybe it could be done in a way that I'd be interested. I just wasn't interested in this one. And I just couldn't get past it.
I've decided this is why I like historical romances.
Yeah.
Because it's usually like a duke or a duchess. And you're like, oh, generational wealth.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
I can get on board with that. So you do nothing all day.
Like, you're not a clown that makes 6 figures. I get it.
Good. Yeah. Makes sense. Yes. Okay. So I didn't read anything this week. I wanted to start something, but I didn't.
Okay. Next time.
Okay, but I've been watching a really funny show on Netflix.
Oh, I was hoping. Okay, I'm also watching a really funny show, and I was like, how funny would that be if we're watching the one? Okay, you go first.
Fairy Girls.
Oh my God. Wait, Dairy Girls?
Oh yeah, Dairy Girls. Yes. Fairy Girls.
Dairy Girls is so funny.
Yes. You know what it reminds me of?
I haven't watched it in a while though.
It's a cross between Game Face. Remember, we love Game Face.
Game Face was so funny.
And Ted Lasso.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
The boy, the cousin.
Yeah.
On Dairy Girls is maybe my favorite character.
I've only watched a couple episodes, but you guys have to watch it.
He gets really, really good. I would say season 2, he gets really good.
Him peeing in the corner, like when they accidentally killed the nun.
Yeah,
it is.
Well, just them putting him at a girls' school because they're like, you'll get beat up at the boys' school, like
because you're English.
Yeah, like you. Sorry.
So it's set in Ireland, Derry, Ireland. And it is just hilarious. I just got to the part where she's like, what do you mean, Mom? I don't have a trust fund. Because her friend told her, she's like, just take it out of your trust fund. She's like, what's a trust fund? She's like, oh, a savings account your parents have started, to pay for trips in college. So
she's trying to go on like a school trip or something, right? Oh my gosh.
So she goes home and she's like, well, can we take it out of my trust fund? Her mom's like, you don't have a trust fund. Every character in it is so good.
Yeah, the grandpa's good.
The aunt's good. Because the aunt's
the aunt that lives with them. Yeah, she is so good.
Wait, are you saying I don't have a trust fund either?
She's clueless in the best way. I love her.
Oh, it does have a little bit of like, oh, it's so good.
Isn't it, it's got a little bit of like, because it's in like a contested part of Ireland or something, right? I can't remember. Like,
I don't know my geography.
I felt like it was like, I think it was like Catholics, I don't know.
Oh, versus Protestants.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Is that part of it? I can't remember.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so funny. What show are you watching?
Okay. I am watching The Sex Lives of College Girls.
Okay.
Have you watched it?
I started watching it, yeah.
Okay.
But I never finished it.
You never finished.
It's written by Mindy Kaling. And
I
think directed, maybe.
I think so. And I would assume one of the characters is based on her.
Yeah.
Because there's an Indian girl in it who is a comic. So I'm just assuming that that's like from her experience.
Like loosely based on her. Yeah.
Her name's Bella. She is the funniest part of this show. But it's on HBO. so be forewarned, I guess. But like my 7-year-old Colette kept coming in and being like she would just be like trying to watch it from the door, and I'm like, you can't come in here. Anyway, she keeps telling everyone that she's watching this show called The Sex Lives of College Girls. And I'm like, can you stop telling people that? Because first of all, I'm not letting you watch it. And second of all, you're making me look like a bad parent, which I'm usually okay with. But like,
okay, but Colette would love Dairy Girls.
She would love Dairy Girls.
I feel like she could watch Dairy Girls and it would be cutting edge enough for her that she would feel like
she would feel cool about it.
She would feel like she's watching Sex Life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, it's so funny. There's Bella. There's 4 like roommates, and I assume it's like some rich college in New England. I think they're trying to base it off like Harvard or something. But it seems relatable in the sense that like I feel like so many college shows are just like everyone's so hot and like put together, and these girls are just like a mess but so funny, and you feel like you could be their best friend.
Yeah.
And like the stuff they're doing is like hilarious, but also I could see the same thing happening to me and friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm going to watch it again. So the second season just came out.
Second season started on Thursday. They're 30-minute episodes, which I think is nice. I think Dairy Girls is similar. They're short, right?
Totally doable. Yeah.
Which is fun.
And then Kardashians. I'm caught up. Are you?
I'm close. I'm not all the way caught up. I will say I cried during Chloe's episode.
Oh, the beginning one?
Yeah.
When she had her baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that I've ever been super into her personally, but like that just can't feel good, you know?
No.
And like I don't know.
And then for everyone to have like an opinion on it.
Yeah, she said something at one point where it was like she's like, it's just going to be really ugly afterwards. It always is. And I'm not in that position. I would never be in that position, but I can't imagine that the comments coming from people about your life would ever feel good, you know?
Yeah.
But then especially when it's like she's had her heart broken pretty publicly several times.
Yeah.
You know, or at least been made to kind of look like a fool several times. And
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Tristan is the worst, though.
He's the worst.
He's the worst. I think he's a true narcissist.
Yeah, I mean, to know that you were like having a baby and then to still push your girlfriend into surrogacy,
which is not a simple process.
No.
It's very complicated.
And with the whole point of like to like expand your family when you know that you have this other family that's expanding, like
right. And you're talking to an attorney and writing like briefs and all this stuff. Like,
I mean, there's no way he's not something.
He was highly involved in both processes. Yeah. Like you have to be highly involved in surrogacy,
right?
If you're going to be the father.
And then it said something like, I think they found out in like July or something about the other baby.
No, I think the baby came last Christmas.
It came last Christmas, but he knew before.
Yeah, he knew in July, but the egg had been implanted in like November.
Yeah,
like and 2 weeks before, but he knew there was a baby coming. And so
it came out, I think, like December that this other baby was happening, and she had just implanted like 10 days earlier or something. Like that is, that timeline is so sad and messed up. But
yeah, but she looks amazing during the rest of the show.
She does.
Yeah. She looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about Courtney and Travis?
I don't know. I think I have a problem with her like transforming into Wednesday Addams. You know what I mean? Like I actually like Courtney. I think she's funny and I've always thought I think out of all of them, her humor and my humor is pretty similar.
Yeah. I'm nodding my head yes.
So I've always thought she was like pretty funny. But it does feel interesting that all of a sudden, and I'm not saying that this wouldn't be her style. It could be anyway, maybe. But it did feel just like pretty like, wow, all of a sudden you just look exactly like him or what he might want. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like her.
I worry. I've thought for a while that maybe he's like love bombing her.
Okay.
But now that they're married, and this season I've seen more of them and I like them a little more.
I actually think the more I see them on the show, I like them. I think most of my judgments are based on just like, articles or pictures or like stuff I see on like Instagram or whatever. And I think they're cuter together when you actually see them, which obviously
Yeah.
But he seems like he kind of made it sound like he's been into her for a really long time and kind of played the long game. And that I can think
you
is
like
cute
that,
and can respect. You know
okay.
what I mean?
I wonder what his nicknames are for her.
Yeah. I mean, they've got to have some.
Are they baby girl?
Oh my gosh. If it is.
They call each other baby a ton.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it feels warranted.
It feels warranted. She is kind of a baby.
Yeah, like you earn it.
She could like fit into your pocket a little bit.
100%. You know? She's teeny tiny. Okay, well, let's talk about, I sent you a TikTok that I want to talk about, and I'll post this TikTok tomorrow morning. It's this guy named Strange Kevin.
Yeah.
And girls are losing their mind. He's like a medium ugly man.
Yeah.
He looks kind of short.
Like if you just saw him, what would you say?
Like he looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's a nice guy.
He kind of just looks like anyone.
Yeah, he could be anyone.
Yeah.
And he has this TikTok that women are losing their mind over. Everyone's calling it Riz. Did you know that?
No.
Have you heard of Riz?
No. What's
Apparently
Riz?
It's game.
Okay.
Like if you have
game,
you have
Riz.
Riz.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a new Gen Z term. But he is just like looking super awkward. And then and he'll be like singing along to a song. And then the last 2 seconds, he like looks you deep in your eyes.
It's the eyes.
It's the eye. Well, someone explained it. I'd like to hear what people think. If we'll share it, and then you guys tell me what you think. But someone explained it like the difference. Well, I've seen a couple things. They said that the difference between him and like a thirst trappy guy is like his thing is I would be so lucky to be with you.
Yeah, totally.
And a thirst trappy guy is you would be so lucky to be with me.
Yeah, and I think that shows like too in his body language. Like a thirst trappy guy, there's something a little bit like aggressive about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
But with him, it's like so unassuming.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, as if he would just like, as if he's blessed that you're looking at it into his eyes. You know what I mean?
He feels like the friend that you accidentally fell in love with.
Yeah.
And
you could easily accidentally fall in love with.
Right. And you're like, oh my gosh, we were just friends. And now I can't stop thinking about you. You're the first thing I think about when I wake up. Like, that's kind of how it feels.
Yeah, totally.
Not like a guy where you're like, oh, he's so hot. I can't wait to hang out with him kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's very interesting. The other thing was he's the difference between the female gaze, like that's what girls want, versus like the male gaze. Yeah. Which is they want the bodybuilders and stuff. Yeah.
I looked through a bunch of the videos. Did you watch more of his?
Yeah.
I'm sort of shocked at like it got me. You know what I mean? Like
you're into Strange Kevin.
I mean, I don't want to date Strange Kevin. No, but like I was like, okay, he really does know. Like he really has he has it down.
He figured it out.
He knows the trick.
And you go in the comments and women are losing their mind over him.
Yeah, over this like sort of balding.
Yeah, and then you go to the woman and it's like this hot baddie.
Yeah.
Who's like taking 10 hours to do her makeup.
But do you feel like that's what's so interesting? Because when I ever like think about what guys think that girls want,
yeah,
versus what actually girls do want, they're on totally different pages.
Do you feel like it's the same way for what girls think guys want and what guys actually want?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Really?
I
think
mean,
they're not that complicated.
I think guys probably aren't.
Yeah.
Do I think I know everything? Okay. Okay, you're probably right.
I'll tell you what guys want.
You tell me.
Guys want you to call them their name as much as possible. Thank you, Christian. How you doing, Christian? What's up, Christian? I love you, Christian.
Okay, pointers. I like this. Okay.
Keep saying their name all the time. And then probably like every other day or so, ask them to help you with something.
They need to be helpful.
And it can be the easiest thing ever that you've basically already done.
Listen, can you?
And I'm not saying this is how you get a guy. I'm saying like this can keep your relationship a little spicy.
Yeah.
Like on Saturday I got a painting done of Hattie in Paris. Like a street painting. So cute.
Loved it.
And I needed it hung. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I got to go drone racing. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, I'm going to call my dad. My dad's out of town, so I couldn't call my dad because that's what I do. And then as soon as I say I'm going to call my dad, he's like, okay, I'll do it.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I was like, okay, well, I'll just hang it. So I go out and I'm ruffling around in his tools or ruffling. Yeah. I don't know, rustling. And he's like, comes out. He's like, I know you're going to do it wrong. So then he found all this stuff. And
he did it for you? Yes. I do feel like I sort of have my experience is a teeny bit different.
Yeah.
Because Davis is not handy in any way.
Okay, yeah.
And so for him, I feel like, I mean, sure, he can hang a picture. No big deal. But if I ask him, I grew up with a dad that could fix anything. Like the toaster's broken.
Yeah.
Automatically it's
fixed.
My
dad could rewire it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was a really funny like learning situation because it was like, instead it's like, oh, okay, we'll just like hire someone.
So if you call your dad, he's like, thank goodness.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, Richard will take care of this, you know?
Let's get Richard over here. Okay, but like if you, I don't know, take out the garbage. Can you do me a favor? Take out the garbage. It's already bagged and tied. You're ready to go. Yeah. Yeah. Something simple.
He likes to feel needed. Yeah.
Yeah. Men love. In fact, like when I was raising money, a woman gave me the advice. She goes, this is the closest to dating that you'll ever get if you're in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
And she said, men, like almost all investors are men. I've talked about this on another episode, but 2% of money in venture and private equity goes to women. Mm-hmm. So, and I think that's a product of most of the people that have the money being men. There's now a lot of women, like they're hiring women. They're seeing the need there. But, all investors say, okay, well, keep me posted and let me know if I can be helpful. And she's like, you take them up on both of those nonstop. Totally. So like I would write like a monthly email to all these people that I was interested in partnering with, or I'd be like, here's what we're doing this month. And then here's like the ways. And then I'll be like, here's how we wanted to do all these things, just an update.
Yeah, you're courting them.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, hey, do you have 5 minutes to jump on a call? I have a question for you. I'd love your feedback on something. And it would be like, how do we price this new product that's coming out? And then I'd send them like a whole pricing like structure and a market map and all this stuff. And so I would already have the price there that I'm thinking. I just wanted them to confirm it. Yeah. Then when they would confirm it, we'd price. The next month I'd be like, hey, here's what happened. Thank you so much for your advice on the pricing. It worked like a charm.
Yeah, it would.
Yes. They just want to be helpful.
Well, and it keeps you fresh in their mind too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So call men by their first name. And then, but that's kind of what Kevin's doing here, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to share. I'm excited to hear people's feedback on it. All right. What else do you have?
I don't know. Let me look.
Okay. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me. Happy Sales Week.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And we will see you guys next Monday.